Welcome to FNaF. Welcome to FNaF News. I'm your host, the Team Muffin. Today we're going to be talking about the cast for the FNaF movie, Youtooz, Funko, and more. So starting off with the movie news, like I said, we've actually gotten some of the cast revealed, which is pretty interesting. We got 2 cast members revealed, one of them which is Matthew Lillard, and the other one Josh Hutcherson. I won't talk about them too much because I actually did make a YouTube short already, basically going over them a little bit and saying who I think they're going to be cast as. So if you're interested in that, just click on the card in the top right of the screen and go watch that YouTube short. You can click the thing in the description. I'll put a link there, I guess. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff there. We finally actually have some pretty big news on the FNaF movie, which is the cast. We don't know exactly who they're going to be playing yet, but I'm pretty excited to find out. So for the Youtooz news, we actually have a lot of stuff here. First of all, a new wave of Youtooz figures and also some plushies released recently. As you can see here, there are 4 figures. There is Purple Guy, Golden Freddy, Burntrap, and Purple Guy again, but as a sprite this time. So I'll show them individually. There's the regular Purple Guy figure, which is a bit of a weird one. It's like a human Purple Guy, and then on his face, he is like half of like the sprite as a mask, which is kind of strange. You know, it's an interesting idea if it actually looked like him, you know, William Afton, but it doesn't. Like, it doesn't look like him in any variation. It doesn't even look like the fan-made versions of him. It doesn't look like him in the books. It doesn't look like him in the games. We don't know what he looks like in the games. It's just kind of Youtooz' own version of William Afton. I think it's cool having the half of the face, but the rest of it doesn't really make any sense. And you know, he's got his hand behind his back. You've got to be like, oh yeah, of course he's holding a knife. But weirdly, you know, you turn around, he's just holding up his hand behind his back. Nothing in his hand. I don't know why. I don't know. It's so weird. Weird figure. Golden Freddy, though, you know, it's Golden Freddy. It's just Freddy, but yellow. He's sitting down. Weirdly, he has a little bit of withering on his leg. I think it's a cool detail. Doesn't make sense, but it's an alright detail. Burntrap, though, I think he looks very cool. I like the design of this guy. I think he's got a lot of good detailing on him. He looks really nice. The stylization on him works pretty well, I feel like. His body looks good. I like his pose. I believe it's actually the same pose as the FNaF AR loading screen with him reaching his hand out. I think that's pretty cool. And then there's, of course, the Purple Guy sprite, which I think is also super cool. You know, the 8-bit Purple Guy from the mini games. I like it. I think it looks good. It's also not just like completely flat. They did make it a little bit 3D as well. And I like that for the eyes. They didn't just put on the regular eyes. They did make them little pixelated things, which is kind of cool. I think it looks good. Along with this wave of figures releasing, we also got a small wave of plushies. This is actually a new type of plushie. It is the shoulder plushies. So basically, they're small plushies with a magnet in the bottom of them, and they also give you this little base that has a magnet. So you put that under your shirt, like under your sleeve or whatever, your shoulder, and then you put the plushie on top, and it sticks to it, so you can have it riding on your shoulder. There are 3 of these. There is Freddy, which is just, you know, the chibi Freddy plush, but it's smaller, sitting down. There is also the Vanny plush, which is basically a smaller version of the Vanny plush, and then the Cupcake, which is, you know, we haven't gotten a Cupcake plush yet, but here is one. It's the Cupcake, a little small. Weirdly, you know, I don't know if this is actually what it's gonna look like when you buy it, but the promotional images, it looks kind of bad. Like, the design looks good, but weirdly, his head is like sunken in on itself. Like they didn't put in enough stuffing or something. I don't know. It's like you took a plush and then just pushed the candle down. Like if you took a Nightmare Cupcake and you just went like this, that's what he looks like. I don't know why. I also feel like the base that they come on is pretty big. Although I do like that I feel like it could be cool to display them. You know, I don't know if I'll get any of them. If I do, it'll be the Cupcake. We'll see. I don't know. Another new piece of merchandise that they revealed is a sun, I believe, nightlight. It's just a little light that's like a sun Youtooz figure. I think it's a cool concept, you know, because the sun is a sun. They're bright. The sun's bright. So, I think it's an interesting idea. I think it is pretty cool, you know. It's a little bit of a strange thing for them to make, but it looks good. It looks like the sun. He lights up. I think that's cool. That might be cool to have on his shelf, a little lit up thing. Depending on the price, I think it could be pretty cool. Youtooz has also said that they're going to be doing some prints, so posters for the FNaF games, starting with FNaF 1. There's a little sneak peek here. You can see Foxy under a desk, and then on monitors, I believe there's some other stuff there. I think that's Bonnie in the background, the one on the right. So yeah, it seems like we're going to be getting prints of the FNaF games. And then also one other thing is that Youtooz has also revealed that on New Year's Eve they're going to be showing us the Mangle figure. I'm pretty sure it's not Mangle, because they did mention before and show us a little bit that there's going to be a Shadow Mangle figure, so I'm pretty sure they're talking about that. Pretty excited for that. That's not too long from now, what, like 2 weeks? Oh yeah, and they also said on Dawko's next stream they're going to be revealing some more Glamrock Dawko stuff. And also, the next wave of figures is going to be in March, and it's going to include a second Vanny figure. So, you know, there's that one that you can get only in the collector's edition, which kind of hard to get because it's $150 for that. But it seems like they're going to be making a second Vanny figure that you can just get normal. So that's going to be cool. Speaking of the collector's edition, Maximum Games actually made a tweet saying that the Xbox version of the collector's edition is going to be coming January 17th. So not at the same time as the others. The others are out now, the PlayStation versions. But the Xbox version is coming next month. So if you're an Xbox gamer, there's that. Some other Youtooz stuff is that they revealed a Burntrap figure. I assume this is going to be part of that next wave that they mentioned before that's going to have that second Vanny, because this would fit perfectly in that, you know, Vanny and then Burntrap. Makes sense, probably a security breach, wave 2 that's going to be happening. I also believe they mentioned before that they're going to be making one of the wet floor signs as a figure, so that'll probably also go in there as well. I think Burntrap looks very cool. Excited to see the actual figure when they make it. Design looks good. I believe this is the first Burntrap merch, so that's awesome. Last bit of Youtooz news here. I don't know exactly what it's in response to, but somebody on the Discord said today is the year. They actually said today is the 1 year. They were talking about the security breach anniversary, I believe. And Youtooz replied saying, what if I told you there's a Withered collection too? So Youtooz is once again confirming that they're going to be making the Withered animatronics. FNaF fans have been wanting it for ages. Merch of the Withered animatronics. It's finally going to be happening with Youtooz. So I'm very excited for that. Some other Hex stuff that I didn't mention before is that they made some new plushies, a new wave, which is the toys. There's Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Balloon Boy. The unfortunate thing is that this wave has started a new era of Hex plushies where they're all $5 more, which is very unfortunate. They said that because of the increase in the cost of the materials, they had to increase the price of the plushies, which were already very expensive, so that's really unfortunate. You know, I hope that soon they make non-magnet versions of the plushies, because they're cool that they have the magnets, but who really is gonna, you know, use that function frequently? Non-magnet versions would be a good option, because they'd also be a lot cheaper, I assume. So hopefully they get working on that soon, because when Pop Goes and Candy release, I don't want to have to spend $110 on them. Forgot to mention this in my last news video, but Funko revealed a new board game, which is Scare in the Box. So it's Freddy Fazbear in a little Jack-in-the-Box thing. In the back of the box here, there's another image of it. It says electronic sound effects and pop-up action. Push your luck, jump scare game that will have you laughing with fear. Turn the crank. Take a risk or pass. Watch out for Freddy. And then there's this image showing some details. Funko Games announced Five Nights at Freddy's Scare in the Box game for release into retail in January 2023. This new game features a Freddy Fazbear turned Jack-in-the-Box, which produces eerie sound effects for players pass around the table. On their turn, they can choose to either turn the crank on the box and tempt fate, or play pass tokens to skip their turn. When Freddy pops out of the box, Freddy captures players. There are two ways to win the game. Players can use scare tokens to try and steal the win from other players, or play it safe and be the last player not eliminated. Five Nights at Freddy's Scare in the Box game is for 2 to 8 players, ages 8 and up, and plays 15 minutes. Will retail for $25. So yeah, it's just, you know, a game of chance, I suppose. You can get coins, I guess? I don't know exactly, but there's that. I will say, upper teeth. Bad Funko. Interesting that it says eerie sound effects. When I saw the music, I would assume, you know, it's gonna play the Freddy music box, you know, that song. So, I don't know if it's gonna be that, or if it's gonna be just, like, FNaF sounds, you know, like the sounds Bonnie and Chica make. Those sounds. So, I guess we'll just wait and see. I assume the music box. We'll find out, I guess. But that's all the news we have today. If you want to subscribe, click the button at the top of my head. If you want to watch one of my last news videos, you can click that button over there. And if you want to see some other video I made, click that button over there. And I'll see you the next time we get some more information on the FNaF movie, I guess.